everybody, Al here. How you doing? Okay, enough chit-chat. I know why you're all sitting there. You want to see a state-of-the-art 3D visual extravaganza about the workings of the human brain, right? Well, of course, why wouldn't you? So sit tight and listen up, because you're gonna learn absolutely everything there is to know about the brain. That I can tell you in like 9 or 10 minutes. Now, I should point out here that I didn't make this movie for just anybody. I mean, I didn't make it for this guy, or her, and I certainly didn't make it for him. No, I made this movie just for you! So relax and don't forget that... Oh, watch out, here comes the title! Well, hey again, and welcome to my little 3D movie about the brain. We're going to be examining this amazing organ and talking about its incredible potential. But first, does anybody have any questions?
I have a question for you, Al.
Oh, hey there, Timmy. Sure, what do you want to know? Oh, come on now, Timmy, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
What does your brain smell like?
Okay, that's a pretty stupid question. Look, I think we better just go with our man-on-the-street questions.
Hey, Al. I was wondering, what's my brain made of?
See? Now that's a much better question. Actually, you know who could probably answer this question a lot better than I could? That's right, my old friend, Billy the Brain! Coming out here, Billy! Billy!
He's not here!
Oh. Well, in that case, maybe Professor Norman J. Kozlowski could answer that question. Professor?
Thank you, Al. You see, the brain is made up of special cells called neurons. These neurons are quite fascinating, actually, because they perform...
Yeah, look, I'm sorry, no offense, but you're boring me already. Can't you be like, I don't know, animated or something?
Well, I don't...
No. Nah. Yeah, that's better.
As I was saying, the brain is actually made up of special cells called neurons. There are about 100 billion neurons in the human brain.
100 billion. Well, that's a lot. Just to give you people a little perspective on that number, that means there are more neurons in your brain than there are jelly beans in this jar.
Right.
Good question. Okay, next.
Hey, Al, how much does your brain weigh?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Can you give me a hand here? Thanks. I don't know, about 3 pounds maybe. About as much as a baby poodle. You know, the funny thing is, they call it gray matter, but it's really kind of pink. And it's squishy, too. By the way, the reason it's so foldy is that's the only way it could fit inside your head. In fact, if you were to unravel your brain, it would be over 3 city blocks long. Okay, next.
Hi, Al. I was just wondering, is it true I only use 10% of my brain?
Yes, it's true that you only use 10% of your brain. Pretty much everybody else uses their entire brain.
You see, the brain has infinite potential. It's something we like to call plasticity. The brain is not hardwired. It can adapt and evolve into whatever situation it's placed in by making the certain...
Oh, hey, guys. What'd I miss?
Oh, hello, Billy.
Hey, Norm.
You're late.
Yeah, I know, but...
Ow! Beat it!
Ugh. My cerebrum.
Anyway, as I was saying, the brain has limitless possibilities. And every time you learn something new, a new connection is made in your brain.
So don't be afraid to learn something new. It's never too late.
Say, Al, do you know which organ is bigger on a musician than on most other people? That's right, the auditory cortex. That's because musicians have learned so much through their sense of hearing that they've established many more connections there.
Wow. So you mean I would have a bigger auditory cortex than...
No, I was talking about real musicians.
Let's just go to our next question.
Hey! What would it be like to get a railroad spike through your brain?
Good question. You know, I've often wondered about that myself. Come to think of it, something like that actually happened once, a long time ago.
There was this guy named Phineas Gage who had an accident at work, and a long metal rod actually went all the way through his head. And there we have another unexplained mystery of the brain. Turns out the accident didn't kill him, but his co-workers complained that he did become more irritable afterwards.
Hey, Phineas. How's it going, man?
Well, you know, my head still kind of hurts.
Oh, again with the rod.
Oh, guess who I am?
I got a rod in my head and it really hurts. Phineas, you were Phineas.
You know what, guys? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh, is that you or the rod talking?
I have a splinter in my foot. You don't hear me complaining.
Okay, who's next?
Hi, Al. I was wondering if you believe that subliminal messages really work on the brain.
That's a very controversial question. There's been a lot of research over the years trying to figure out if that subliminal advertising stuff is really effective. Personally, I think it's just a lot of garbage. Okay, I think we have time for just one more.
Hey, Al, how exactly does the brain work?
Well, like the last 20 minutes of 2001: A Space Odyssey, we may never fully understand it. This is obviously an extremely complex and involved subject, but let me just try to answer this as best as I can. You see,
your brain is divided into two hemispheres. Your left controls your right side and your right controls your left side, and they're both tied together in a neat little package by the totally awesome corpus callosum. Well, you peel away the meninges layer, wipe off that cerebrospinal fluid, and you're looking right at the four lobes of the brain. You know the ones I'm talking about. Say it with me now. And each one's got a very special job, yeah. Each one knows exactly what to do. As you're watching my disembodied head, your rods and cones are sending that stimuli to your thalamus, which routes it to your occipital lobe, which of course processes visual information. As you're listening to these words right here, the vibrations of the cilia down in your ears are sending those impulses along to your temporal lobe. And I know right now you're probably thinking, Al, how can these different parts of the brain communicate with each other? Well, to answer that question, I'm gonna have to break it down to a microscopic level. This is a neuron, a funky neuron. You got your axon on the one side, you got your dendrites on the other. See, the dendrites receive a signal from another neuron, which then starts a chemical reaction in the nucleus, creating a nerve impulse which travels down a long myelin-coated strand, where it hits neurotransmitter molecules in the vesicle of the axon terminal. And those neurotransmitters jump a millionth of an inch across the synaptic gap and smash into the receptors of the dendrites of another neuron, connecting neuron to neuron to neuron to neuron all across your entire brain. The more you use your brain, the more connections you're gonna make. And the smarter you're gonna be. I'm talking about your brain. You gotta hand it to your brain. Yeah, that's your brain.
So I guess the point of all this is, the brain is one of the most important organs in your entire head. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, always, always, always wear a helmet. That's all I'm really trying to say here. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks for coming. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.